All right, welcome to Last Week in Stupid edition, March 7th, 2020. Let's get started with a good old fashioned hate crime. Somewhere down in Mississippi, someone spray painted a nasty message on some guy's car. The message read, "Leave, N word, Trump." What? Why am I saying N word? I mean, god damn it. People say fuck and cunt and MSNBC and all manner of filthy language, so why can't I say. Anyways, the spray paint said, "Leave niggers Trump." Man, that's not a very nice thing to say. And it's terrible grammar, too. But not to fear, police were quick to investigate and. Oh shit. It was this guy. Yeah, he spray painted his own car, now he's being charged with insurance fraud. What an idiot. Apparently he went to the Jussie Smollett School of Hate Crimes. See you later, loser. Speaking of hate crimes, apparently some jackass was waving a Nazi flag at a Bernie rally in Florida. Did not see that coming. Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on this one too. The guy's a plant and it's a scam. It's a media event. 90% confidence. Oh, and by the way, whoever painted this flag messed up the swastika. It's facing the wrong direction. But you know, Bernie bros were never very good at history or geography or art or really anything. Nice try, assholes. Meanwhile, over at Trader Joe's, a Facebook friend of mine went shopping to find the shelves looking like something out of Venezuela. Empty. What happened? Well, people are panicked over the coronavirus. Apparently, they felt the need to stock up with 3 years' worth of spaghetti sauce. So the way it works out is a few greedy assholes get everything, while regular folks who just want some ragu that night, they go without. Now, there is, of course, a way to discourage greedy assholes from doing this sort of thing during a crisis, real or imagined, and that is to raise the prices. Raise the hell out of them. Yes, price gouging is necessary, proper, good, and moral when the occasion calls for it. And these empty shelves are calling out for it loudly, practically yodeling. Not everyone's in a panic over coronavirus, though. Nope. Over in Iran, a couple of cool guys showed how tough they are. Went out and licked an infected temple to show the power of their faith. Seriously, they really did.
و چیز شده اینجا برو کرونا شده آقای منم الان اینجا ببینید لیست میزنم هر چی کلاس مال من بیار.
Oh, that's just great. This moron is performing cunnilingus on a building. Good thing he said he didn't care what happened to him because. Yep, he's going to jail. And he's getting a whipping too for licking the shrine. But I'll grant him this much. At least he didn't get coronavirus. Maybe some form of architectural herpes, but we'll have to wait for the diagnosis. Meanwhile, in California, there's an outbreak of chicken littleitis and questionable math skills. This little lady's in a panic because she likes being in a panic, and is now worried about the number of hospital beds in the US. And whose fault is it for the as yet hypothetical shortage of hospital beds? Trump, of course. I wonder, were there more beds under Obama? Did the beds just vanish? But remember, Trump derangement syndrome is not a real thing. Definitely not real. But on the bright side, I think I figured out who bought all that spaghetti sauce down at Trader Joe's. Apparently, Obama had set up anti-pandemic programs in 47 countries. Wow, what a great guy. But Trump closed 37 of them. Oh, what a bastard. But I've got a couple questions. First of all, what exactly is an anti-pandemic program? I mean, what is that? Just a couple guys in an office? Hey, Bill, any pandemics today? Nope. Well, did you send out the email telling people to wash their hands? Yep. Okay, cool. Let's go to lunch. Seriously, what is that? What are they going to be doing? And why would Obama or Trump or any president set up such things in any country other than the one they've been elected by? Serious question. Let's say there was a US pandemic program in China. Would that have changed anything? I don't think so. Anyways, I had a hard time Googling which 47 countries these were, but there were a number of mentions of programs in West Africa, I presume due to the Ebola virus there a few years back. But, well, it turns out that there's almost no breakout of coronavirus in Africa to speak of. Just 3 reported cases on a continent of billion plus. That's kind of weird. I mean, it could just be a lack of testing or lack of reporting, but you gotta admit, it's a little bit strange. But wait, a Chinese research team at Tongji University has found a racial component to COVID-19. It seems that Asians are much more susceptible to it than either Africans or Europeans. As they put it in their paper, and I quote, "We also noticed that the only Asian donor, male, has a much higher ACE2 expressing cell ratio than white and African American donors, 2.5% versus 0.47% of all cells. This might explain the observation that the new coronavirus pandemic and previous SARS-CoV pandemic are concentrated in the Asian area." Well, that's mighty interesting. I better tune in to CNN for their in-depth coverage of this new phenomenon. Not. Of course, there was a big outbreak of a coronavirus in Italy as well, but guess what? Patient zero is not Italian. He was a Pakistani migrant who refused to self-quarantine and kept going into work. And guess what his job was? Seriously, delivering Chinese food. Oh yeah, you can't make this shit up. Buongiorno, give me 3 orders of batter soup to go. Meanwhile, over in Turkey, it looks like migrant palooza is ramping up again. What the fuck are these people, like birds migrating north through the winter? No, seriously. And why always through Turkey? You know, I think we're at war with Turkey. You know, they tried invading Europe a couple hundred years ago, and this is just part 3. I say it's time to strike back. Make Istanbul into Constantinople again. Oh, look, the media is cheerleading the invasion. Oops, I mean migration. With some more staged bullshit sympathy photos. Oh, look, the poor woman is crying. Oh no, it's an emergency. Quick, send 1 million people to Sweden before Gina starts feeling sad again.
Meanwhile, back in the USA, don't ever say that Bernie Sanders never accomplished anything. Oh, no, no, no. After 30 years of putting up with Flav, Bernie got Public Enemy to kick the annoying man with the giant clock out of the band. Yeah, boy!
Speaking of Bernie, let's talk about Biden. Yeah, it looks like Biden's going to steal Bernie's lunch money and snag the Democrat nomination. Hasn't happened yet, but oh my god, it looks like a cavalcade of stupidity ahead. Seriously. A year of debates and candidates, and this was the best guy the Dems could find.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? 150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. It would put 720 million women back in the workforce. Nobody should be in jail for a nonviolent crime. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. What's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
Okay, good luck with that. You know, it wasn't that the Dems didn't have some actually bona fide candidates, Tulsi Gabbard, but the corrupt DNC does everything it can to keep the swamp in charge. As soon as Tulsi qualified for this next debate coming up by picking up a delegate, they changed the rules. So, see you in November, libtards. Meanwhile, the lunatic fringe was having an abortion rally over at the Supreme Court. This is where Chuck Schumer supposedly threatened the Supreme Court justices. Yeah, that was stupid, but I was more amused by the ranting of Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, who said, Yo, you know what? You so freaking obsessed with what I decided to do with my body? Maybe you shouldn't even want to have sex with me. You know what, Rashida? Mission accomplished. So, speaking of lunatics, it seems to have become a new trend among libtards to say that if they happen to get coronavirus, that they're going to attend a Trump rally. I guess to infect and kill as many Trumpers as possible. This is pretty ironic considering these same people were freaking out over some supposed Trump genocide that never happened. And now they're saying that they themselves want to commit genocide. I understand that they're just making some bold statement the way libtards like to do, but you know what this statement says? It says you're stupid. So the stock market's in the toilet this week, and all of a sudden, Obama stopped flapping his gums over how this economy was due to his wise policies. Nope, I guess that's over. It's all Trump from here on end. So let's see, what else can we blame on Trump this week? Yes. A Trump insider embeds climate denial in scientific research. Oh no, what did they do? Well, according to the quote provided by Mr. Concerned Citizen here, they inserted misleading language, including debunked claims that increased carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is beneficial. Oh boy, whenever you see the word debunked, it's usually a clue that some major bullshit is about to go down. Debunked is sort of a magical word to excuse people who don't know what the hell they're talking about to make claims that they're unqualified to make. They're unable to debunk anything, so they just say that something somewhere has been debunked by someone and proclaim victory. So let's not play word games. Let's talk some natural history. Did you know that for about 75% of the past 550 million years, CO2 has been 2 to 15 times more plentiful than it is now? And during that time, life has thrived. Evolution has churned right along, and extinction events due to elevated CO2 are unknown. Throughout history, including recent human history, periods of high CO2 have been correlated with prosperity. Why is that? Well, let's talk some science. CO2 is plant food. Plants flourish with elevated CO2. We eat plants, so we too flourish with elevated CO2.
This is basic fucking science. It's well established, easily reproduced in experiments, and well understood. And only a true science denier would try to claim it has been debunked. The problem with science today is that it's become political. So let's take a step outside of politics and into the world of commerce, where ideas must work in order to survive.
CO2, also called carbon dioxide, is the main source of food for all plants, which they convert into sugar through photosynthesis. There is a shortage of CO2 in almost all aquariums, which in turn inhibits plant growth. This short film shows you the effects of a CO2 fertilizer system. 2 aquariums were set up identically and planted with the same plants. 30 days, the aquarium on the left will be operated without added CO2, and the aquarium on the right will benefit from the addition of a CO2 fertilizer system.
All right then, you got it? Stop being a science denier. And the final bit of stupidity for this week is this heartbreaking photo of a Gina crying next to the body of a poached rhino that purports to show the impact of our greed. Excuse me? Our greed? Who exactly is the our being referred to here? I've never purchased a rhino horn. Have you? I don't think so. What does my greed for an extra slice of pizza have to do with making Gina cry? Nothing. So fuck you and the cultural Marxist guilt trip bandwagon you rode in on. Well, let's back up here. Why do rhinos get poached? Easy. One word. China. You want to stop Gina from crying? Then you're going to have to stop being so politically correct and tell China that not all cultures are equal because Chinese medicine sucks. Rhino horns are not magical, so stop killing rhinos or we're going to annex Hong Kong and Taiwan. That probably wouldn't work. That's stupid too, but don't worry about it. The lions have a solution for these poachers. Nature finds a way. Well, that's it for this week. Go ahead, subscribe, like, share, or don't do anything. Well, it's up to you. But, until next week, peace out. Don't do anything stupid.